All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a masterclass, of course. I would say it's TGIF, of course, because today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Your Friday just got better because you decided to join the session today. Your Friday just got better because you are going to be learning a lot today. And not just learning a lot, but learning something you would enjoy. You are going to have fun. Okay. So you had a stressful week. On Monday, you went to work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, lundi, jeudi, mardi, mercredi, samedi. Okay, that's French. But yeah, so you went to work every day. So, and today is Friday. And this is what they call TGIF, of course. A time whereby you get to relax, a time whereby you get to look forward to the weekend. And like I said, the fact that you're here right now, your Friday only got better because we are going to be having fun. We are going to be communicating. And what do I think is communication? Or what do I say is communication? Communication is I speak, you speak, we all speak. Okay, that's communication. I speak, you speak, we all speak. But yeah, everyone might not be able to speak due to the fact that you might not be able to unmute yourself. But how can you speak now? How can you take part in the communication? By using the chat box. Our phrase, first and first, it's TGIF. You are going to be having fun. You join this program, this session, this webinar, you're going to be having fun. That's the number one thing we've been able to establish. Number two, we are going to be communicating. And what is communication? I speak, you speak, we all speak. Number three, how are you going to communicate? By using a chat box, just like Toyosi. Toyosi says it's TGIF. Of course, all right. So Toyosi is in the spirit. All right. So everyone is, together. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. First and first, to test our communication, to know if we are ready to actually have fun today or not. Okay, to know if we're actually excited that this is, TGIF. I want to know. Okay, I want to know. Are we excited to be here? Are we excited to be here? So if you know you're excited, you want to learn something new, just send the one to the chat box. So Tia says she's excited. Scribe says glad to be here. Augustine says yeah. Esther says I'm super excited to be here. Fantastic. I need more responses. Okay, we are over 30 on the call. We need to, need to ramp things up. Okay. TGIF is all about when you go for a party, everyone speaks. You don't, or are you the party, the party, is it party alone now? Just in one corner, you're not saying anything. So I would like to hear from the rest of us. Francis, are you excited to be here? All right. Are you excited to learn something new? Are you excited to have a fantastic Friday? Okay. Imade, are you excited to have a fantastic Friday? Israel, Kelechi, all right. Francis, Kenneth, Olaoluwa, Ruth, Samsung. Okay. Are you excited? So Ruth is just excited. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. So guys, let's get into it. Let's see what is going to be the basis for our fun today. Because our fun is going to be based on something. And what is that? We'll find out. Okay. We will find out. Now, just a moment. So let me put up my screen. Okay. All right. So just give me a moment. All right. So this is the basis for our fun today, guys. Okay. This is going to be the basis. And what is that? We are going to be web scraping. We are going to what? Web scrape. Again, we are all going to be communicating. I'm not here to, tell, no. It's Friday. We are all going to be communicating. So just like we did earlier, I want to know, when you hear web scrape, what comes to mind? What do you think web scraping is all about? Okay, so maybe something like when you made a good dish and then you scrape, so maybe you had some particles left. The food is finished, but you still have some remnants. Okay, if you use maybe a saucepan, if you use the pot, whatever it is you use, then maybe you want to scrape. You want to scrape just that little bit, that tiny bit, that last bit of food. Okay, is that what we think scraping is? So maybe that would now be attributed to webs. That if maybe you see a website that is good, you then go ahead to scrape. Okay, what do we think web scraping is all about? When you hear web scraping, what comes to mind? First thing, okay, I just need a word. Oh, so when I hear web scraping, what comes to mind is food. That's for me. Okay, so when I hear web scraping, the first thing that comes to my mind is food, based on you scraping pots and all of that. Okay, so what comes? So Scribe says cleaning. So Scribe says when it hears about what scraping, it thinks about cleaning. So maybe when you're scrubbing your pot, you're scrubbing your pan. Okay, maybe if you used a non-stick pan to fry eggs, scrambled eggs, you're going to have some bits of things for you to scrape. Okay, Ruth says clearance as well. Ruth is still, leaning towards what Scribe mentioned. Clearance, that's cleaning. Richard says cleaning. What about the rest of us? What do we think? What do we think scraping is all about? What do we think scraping is all about? So M says to structure data into a data frame, I believe. To structure data into a data frame, but I'm not done. That's not enough. Okay, when I say that's not enough, I'm just talking about M, but I'm talking about the responses that I'm getting. I've gotten about 5 responses, but we need more people. Okay, Pavel says gathering specific data from a URL. Okay, Imade says extracting the vital information needed. And Olayide says process of using bots, not a human now, but using bots, using robots to what? To extract content, not just content. Okay, Olayide is not done, not just content, but also to extract what? Data from a website. Fantastic. Chacha says extracting data using Power BI. What about me? What comes to my mind when I hear about web scraping? I think about food, like I mentioned earlier. So when I hear scraping, what do I think about? Food. Okay, but really, what is web scraping? Web scraping is you getting data from a website. When people hear about web scraping, they think, oh, so I need to code 500 lines to get that data for me to be able to scrape the web. Today, we are going to see if that's actually the case or not. We are going to see if that is actually the truth or not. We are going to see if it's actually a reality or if it's a tale. That is what we are doing here today. Learning about web scraping using Power Business Intelligence. But first thing first, let's take a look at our schedule. Of course, we know we build, deploy, and automate a web scraping report. So we're not just going to scrape the web. We'll scrape the web. Then after scraping, we build a report. Then we deploy the report, and then we automate the report. All of these goodies is just we're going to take a look at all of these goodies in the session we're having today. Lots and lots of fun. I think I would advise you to take just a bit so you don't purge. This is like candy. We're not just scraping the website. We are building a report based on the data we scraped. We are deploying that report based on what we built, and then we are automating what we deployed. Today is fun field. Next, we are going to move into what the pathway for you to become a data analyst. What do you need to do? We take a look at the Analytics internship program, and of course, we talk about a special offer to you. Yeah, to you right there. Okay, you that have a plate of food by your side, and you're just eating and you're listening to me at the moment. I'm talking to you. Okay, so we have a special offer for you, and we'll take a look at that. But first of all, what is Analytics? Especially for those of us that this might be the first time we are joining, one of our masterclass. Oh, I've been hearing of Analytics. What do they really do? And all of that. Analytics is an edtech firm. Okay, an edtech firm, and What we do is that we help as much of the black community to transition into tech, lowering the tech barrier. We took a look at the current climbs. We took a look at what we have at the moment, and we noticed that in the tech space, when you take a look at the tech career path, the tech industry, you really don't find much of the black community. You really don't find much of those from Africa. Okay, you see the Indians, you see the Asians, of course, but you don't really see people of the black community as much as we would like. And that's why we decided to go out there to try to limit, not to try, because that's something we're already doing, of course, to limit the tech barrier to ensure that we have as much persons they can transition into tech as much as possible. Where you can have fantastic career growth, you are earning well, all of the things you want, you are able to get there. We currently run 8 programs. So we have data analytics, business analysis, data engineering, data science, your financial analytics, HR analytics, cybersecurity, and AI engineering, which we are looking to implement very, very soon. Okay, so we have fantastic facilitators that have worked in Fortune 500 companies, bringing in their experience to teach, and not just to teach, to pass across that experience. So you're not just learning how to use a tool, but rather you are learning how to get the job. Okay, because at the end of the day, all we want is for you to be able to transition successfully into the tech space. That is what we do. But what about me? Okay, so who is this guy that's talking about TGIF? Okay, I think this guy probably, from what Aisha has been saying, okay, I feel like this guy will probably like food, number one, and he likes to party because of the way he came in. So he said, TGIF, and then he has been talking about food for a while. That's something you might, that's something that might be in your mind. Is that true or not? Maybe we see in due time. Okay, but yeah, but about me. So I'm Aisha Agbonlaho, as you can see from the name tag. Okay, that's the name tag by the bottom left, my left at least. You see, that's my name, Aisha Agbonlaho, and I'm the current lead in charge of training operations here at Analytics. Okay, I have experience in data analytics, business analysis, Power Platform, and predictive AI engineering, and I've been opportune to work in numerous organizations using these skill sets. Okay, organizations across Europe, Africa, and of course in North America. All right, and I've also been able to train over 1,500 professionals across 4 continents. But that's the bits about me. Okay, that's the bits about me. What we are here to learn, what we are here to see, is web scraping. Let's go into it. First thing first, build, deploy, and automate a Power BI report. We are going to be working on a case study. We are going to see when web scraping actually becomes relevant, because you don't just web scrape for no reason. How is web scraping actually relevant to a business? Why would a business want to web scrape? Yeah, web scraping, you can get data. Okay, so I can get data from a website. Fantastic. But in what relevance is it? We are taking a look at a startup company. The company is looking to go into the sales of laptops. Okay, the company is looking to go into the sales of laptops, but it's new. It's a startup. They're just looking to launch next month. They want to understand the current pricing system for laptops. Take a look at their competitors. What do our competitors say? What is the price tag for our competitors? What is the market like? So they can go ahead to ensure that they are within market limits, that they're not overpricing, thereby customers not purchasing from them, or underpricing, thereby reducing their profits. Just that sweet spot. They want to understand their customers. Now, for this startup company to be able to understand their customers, they need data. But you can't go over to your competitor and ask your competitor to provide you with data. It doesn't make sense. Let's say man A and man B are both selling shoes. Or let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you. Now, if you have a business, okay, and there's someone looking to get into your business, like they want to also start dealing in whatever you deal on, and they approach you and ask, oh, what is your market like? What are your prices like? Would you tell? Would you tell, guys? So come on, I need responses, okay? Would you tell? So follower says trade secrets. Okay, follower says trade secrets. So follower is not going to tell. All right, what about the rest of us? What are we going to do? Like I said, it's communication. And what is communication? I speak, you speak, we all speak. Okay, so I need more responses. What will you do? Let me rephrase, let me repeat in case if we didn't get the question. You sell, so whatever it is you sell in your business. So you have a business, you're dealing on something, maybe you're selling maybe planes. Let's say I'm selling planes, and someone is looking to get into the market and they come over to you to ask you some questions. Would you answer? Okay, would you answer? So Scribe says no. So follower and Scribe said no. Ruth says, I can't actually tell. So maybe Ruth might tell or not, maybe depending on if it's a friend or not. That's what Ruth is, I'm sure that's the reason why Ruth is not so sure. So Scribe, it's a solid no. Scribe even wrote no in capital letters. So Scribe is screaming, no, I won't. Okay, Pavel says, if the information does not affect my sales, I will provide the info. Pavel is a good guy. Okay. Olaoluwa says, nope, I won't answer. And Bright says, no, I won't. We are competitors. Exactly. I won't answer. Okay. If you can get the information yourself, please go ahead and get the information. I'm not spilling the beans. You're coming to me, telling me you want to take my customers, and you expect me to play ball. I won't. Okay. I won't. So that is what many businesses would do. If you can get the information out there, go and sort yourself out, but you don't need to come over to me. That is the situation this startup finds itself. They want to get understanding of the laptop prices, but they cannot ask their competitors directly. They need to web scrape to achieve certain things. They want to understand what is the minimum price and the maximum price range of laptops from our competitors. Again, to ensure that they don't have a situation whereby you are selling below price, thereby reducing your profit, or you're overpricing, thereby driving customers. Just that sweet spot. We are going to be web scraping today, and these are the sites we're going to take a look at. We are going to web scrape from 2 e-commerce platforms. Okay, we are going to web scrape from 2 e-commerce platforms. One of them is Jumia, okay, and the other is VJ Sales. So we are going to be web scraping data from a platform, that sell items, laptops in different currencies. So we are going to now we are looking at the international market, trying to understand what is the sales like from this client, what is the sales like from this client. We are going to be web scraping these 2 sites. These are what the sites look like. Okay, so this is the Jumia website. So we are going to web scrape this so you can see sales of laptops. Okay, and then this is the VJ sales. So you can also see laptops. Okay, so we're going to web scrape these 2 sites. That's what we are going to do. All right. So, okay. Now these are the links. I'm going to try to. I think I will send this link over. So as soon as we're about to begin, I will send the link over to the chat box so we can follow along. But in case if you're not able to follow along, don't worry. The recording will be sent across. All you need to do, ensure you fill in the form and that you stay till the end of the session for you to get access to the recording, the materials, and all that you would need. Okay, so those are what we are scraping. Those are the 2 websites we are using. This is the Jumia website, and then this is the VJ Sales, just like I showed you. And we are web scraping these 2 websites. And then we'll convert these websites into this report. Okay, we are going to convert website 1 and website 2 into this report. It's like magic, isn't it? Okay, and we are not going to code. There's not going to be anything like coding to do this. Nothing like coding, but we are going to get this done. Converting into this report. Are we ready to see how we can get this done? Are we ready to see how we can get this done? So I need responses. Okay, so Scribe, all you need to do, fill in the attendance form. Okay, so fill in the attendance form and you will get the recording. Okay, so are we ready to get this done? Okay, so Ruth says yes. I can see yes, 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 yes. So I need more responses. Okay, so we might just call it a day. Okay, so we just end here and then we all go about our various duties. Okay, is that what we want? So I guess not. So I can see yes, yes, yes. All right, fantastic. Great. So guys, let's get into it. So this is Power BI, everyone. Okay, this is Power BI, your Power BI desktop. So you can get Power BI desktop downloaded from, it's free for you to get Power BI desktop. So you can download from your Microsoft Store, you can download from the web. When working with Power BI, you have the ETL, the extract, transform, and load. Now we are trying to web scrape. We need to get the data. We need to extract the data. When you say extract, like you are dragging something from something, like a liquid, like when you're trying to force a liquid out of the bottle using maybe a syringe or something. Okay, so you're extracting. So we want to get the data. We want to hold on to that data. We want to bring it into Power BI. First and first. Okay, how do we get it done? Easy peasy. Easy peasy, easy as pie. Although I believe pi is relative, that pi being easy is relative. So I guess it's now for us to decide if pi is really easy or not. But that's by the way. Okay. First and first, we are going to what? Web scrape. We're going to extract the data. How do we do that? Easy. I'm going to come over to my get data. I'll click on get data and then I will select web. Okay, I'll click on get data and then I'll select web. Okay, and then this pops up. Now I need to provide the URL of the website. The first website we are going to scrape will be the Jumia website. I'm going to go ahead and send in the link. So just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to send in the link. So I'll send that over to the chat box. All right. So this is the link to the Jumia website. Again, we're trying to assess the laptop market. Okay, so I'm going to insert that link in here. And then I'll go ahead and click on OK. And then this would be loading. We just wait for this to, for the magic to occur. All right. So for some of you, okay, when you click on OK, you're going to get a pop-up with something. It's asking you anonymous. So just go ahead and click on OK. So if you see something like anonymous, just click on OK, and you'll be fine. Okay. And you'll get this. So this is the navigator. At the moment, Power BI is trying to web scrape the data. So Ruth, no, you can't use your phone. Okay. It must be a laptop, a PC, it must be a computer. Okay. So the Power BI is trying to perform its magic, and here we are. Okay, here we are. So Power BI has been able to scrape the data, and I can select table 1 to see what table 1. What Power BI has just done, it came over to this site. Okay, it came over to this site and extracted data from this site, web scraping. That's what we are doing. And now we have different tables. If I select table 1, you would see I would have information on table 1. Okay, so I can see price, I can see some null values, bunch of different things because the data is just coming in directly from the web. Okay, and then I have some other tables and all of these. We are going to be working with table 1. Over here, I can see the web view, what it looks like, what the website looks like. All right, but we are going to be using table 1 only. So I'm going to select table 1. I will check, click on the checkbox for table 1. And then I'm going to go ahead to transform my data. Because at the moment, the data is coming in raw from the website. There are some things I would need to work on to make it ready for my use. Okay, so I need to wash the data. Let's say wash, okay? I need to wash the data, make the data clean. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'll click on transform data, and this would open up in Power Query. So just a moment. So Power Query would open up anytime from now. Okay. All right. So as soon as you did that, as soon as you click on transform, so we have our Power Query and we're ready to roll. This is the data. We can see a list of computers, a list of laptops. We can see HP, Lenovo, Xiaomi, HP Stream, and then we can see column 2 containing prices in Naira. And then we can see column 3, column 4, column 5. What we need, there's a lot of data, and you see there are a lot of null values because the data is just coming in directly from the web. Okay, the data is just coming in directly from the web. All right. Now, we are only going to work with what we need, which is the price. We don't need to, bother on different things because if we had to go ahead to try to make all of these look fantastic, that would take a lot of time, and we're not interested in that. What we are just interested on is working with the prices. All right. First thing I want to do, I want to rename this table. So I'm going to right click and I'll select rename. I'll call this Jumia. Okay, I'll call this Jumia. And then over here, I'm going to rename this column 1 and I will call this laptop name. All right. Now, column 2 contains a bunch of numbers. This column 2 is actually serving as the discount, the discounted price. It might not be so easy for you to tell. You might have to come back to the website and, take a look at the numbers to really identify what's going on. Okay, but this is actually the discounted price. So I'm going to rename this column. I'll rename this column. I'll call this discount. Let's just say discount price, keeping things simple. So I'll say discount price. And then column 3, I don't need that. Okay, I don't need pay on delivery or add to cart. That's not what I'm interested in. And then I'll come over to column 5. And I'll rename this to full price. I'll call this full price. Okay, I'll call this full price. So I have my discount price, my full price, and then this is discount. So I'm going to rename, and I'll call this my discount. So 20% discount, it's 2%. There's actually a laptop that has it's 2% discount. Wow. So maybe you might want to hop on this. Okay, so if you're in Nigeria, maybe you want to hop on this. So there's currently a laptop that has it's supposed to be 1.6 million and there's a 2% discount, and so it's currently 295,000. Okay, so maybe that's something you want to take a look at. So what laptop is that? So let's see. It seems it's a Wolfizan. That's Wolfizan. Internet Celeron 6 gig. So all right. So anyways, that's a fun fact. Okay, so you see what web scraping can do for you. Now, what am I going to do next? I want to change the data type. This is currently this ABC. I want to make this 1 to 3, so I can compute the values. But if I was to change this directly, I'm going to get an error because of the numbers I have, not because of the numbers, sorry, but rather because of the because of the symbol, that's the Naira symbol before the number. So it's quite, it's like, is that part of the number or not, and all of that. So I'm going to remove that first before I go ahead. So I'm going to come over to split column. I'll select by delimiter. I just want to copy the Naira symbol. So I'll copy this. Just click on cancel. I'll come back to the discount price, right click, and I'll select replace values. Okay. And then the value to find will be the Naira. I'll replace with nothing. I'll click on OK. And then I have this. Now I can go ahead to change to numbers. All right. And it's good to go. So I'll just do the same for my full price. So right click, replace values. I'll take off, the adding the Naira, click on OK. So I'll add in the Naira later on. All right. I'll come back to adding the Naira later on. So I'll come back here and then I'll select, I'll click on that and select that. So I could also maybe just, I'll just take off the null for this particular, for only that column. Okay. And then for the discount looks good. So I don't think I need to change anything for the discount. All right. Now we've been able to get data for Jumia in. All right. Data for Jumia, we have been able to get that in. But there are other things we need to do. Remember, there's another website that we will be working with. Okay. We are going to be working on another website. And what website is that? That is the VJ Sales. So I'm going to come over and get the link for VJ Sales. Okay, so I would also send that to the chat box. Okay, just a moment. All right, so I would also send that to the chat box. Now, I would come over to new source. I'll select new source, select web. Okay, I select new source, I select web, and then I will insert the new URL, click on OK. All right, so we wait for Power BI to do its magic. Okay, so wait for Power BI to do its magic. And then, so the tool we are using currently is Power BI. So we are using Power BI to web scrape. People might have thought, oh, it's not possible. You must use Python. You must use Python. That's really not the case. Okay, so I've been able to add in my second table now. So I would select my table 1. So I would select this table. So let's see what it looks like. So this website does not really have so much laptops, but I think we can work with this. So I can also take a look at the web view. So these are the sites that we are currently scraping. So I would select table 1 and then I will click on OK. Okay. And then I have my new table in here. Web scraping is very fun. Okay? Is this not fun, guys? This is fun. Send a 1 to the chat box if you're enjoying this so far. This easy life. No need for all the rigmaroles in quotes of Python. Okay? So we are just getting data from websites. And we don't even need to go and ask Jumia now, like, tell me what's happening and all of that. We are getting the data from websites, right? So we're enjoying this. Fantastic. Now, we are taking a look at another website, that's VJ Sales. And VJ Sales uses I'll remember this now, the Indian currency. So this is actually an Indian currency. So what is that called again? The Indian currency. So remember, so let's see if those on the chat box actually know. Rupees. Oh, it's fantastic. The rupee, the Indian rupee. Exactly. Okay. So the rupees. Now, we are going to be working on that. Okay. So we've been able to scrape from the Naira. Now we can scrape from we're going to scrape from rupees. We can also scrape from dollars, from pounds, from Canadian dollars. All we need to do, get a site that uses that currency, and then we scrape. Okay, get a site that uses that currency, and then what? we scrape. So now we're going to be working with Indian rupees. So I can see I have a lot of intelligent people on the call, okay? So I wanted to see if we are communicating even without us communicating, even without me saying let's communicate. And I'm glad that, we are responding. So rupees, yeah, we got that correctly, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just make a tiny bit of change over here. Okay, first of all, I'm going to rename. I will call this VJ sales. All right, so I'll call this VJ sales. And then I would rename column 1. I'd rename column 1, call this let's go with laptop name as well. I don't think it's odd. So go with laptop name. Well, let me just add laptop name 1 so we are able to distinguish. Oh, sorry, this is not laptop name. Sorry. I'll just take that off. Okay, so this is laptop name. Laptop name 1. Okay, and then we come over to all we're interested in is the price. Okay, so I'll come over to column 4. This data set looks a whole lot more cleaner than what we had in the Jumia website. Okay, so this looks better. All right, so I'm going to come over to so this would be, so we have 14%. So this would be this discount, then this would be the discounted price. So I'll rename this would be discount price 1, and then this would be the full price. So this would be what? Full price 1. Okay, and then this would be discount. Okay, that would be discount. So we have the discounted price 1, the full price 1, and then the discount. Now, I also want to convert these to numbers. So I'll just do this. I'll copy the rupee. Also, that's in percentage. That's not what I want. Just select that again. Copy the symbol. Okay, and I'll come back here. Right click, select replace values. Paste that in there, and then click on OK. And this, just like magic, we have something good. So I can change this to numbers now. I would click on this. Of course, we need to right click. Sorry, I need to right click first of all. I'll select replace values. I'll paste in the value. Okay, this looks good. Change this to numbers. Okay, and then for the discount, this only text ABC. This is not in percentage because of the off. So I want to take off. So I would right click, select replace values, and I'll type in off. And I'll click on OK. Okay, now I can convert this to percentage. All right, and yeah, so I think that's all we need. I think that's all we need. So M is asking decimal number or whole number. So you can work with any of them. Okay, so I'm going with decimal numbers in case if maybe we have maybe for example for Jumia now, maybe we have let's say 500,000 naira, 50 kobo. Or if you are dealing with maybe $500, 50 cents. Okay, so that's the reason I'm going with decimal places. Okay, all right. Now that I've done this, I'm now going to apply. So I'm going to click on close and apply. And I'm going to take this into my Power BI desktop. So I'll click on close and apply, and all right. So just a moment. So wait for that to load in. So I'm bringing the data. Wow, we just got data from 2 websites. I could decide to add data from eBay. Okay, if we wanted to also add, taking a look at the price range when using the dollar. Okay, I could use eBay. So you can also try that out. Just bring in eBay. But we are working with type, so I can add as many sites as I want. Okay, so now we are getting the data into Power BI desktop. Okay, so we are getting the data into Power BI desktop. So it's loading. Just wait for the magic to happen. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. All right, so we're almost done. Okay, and just like that, we are good to go. So we've been able to get our data into Power BI Desktop. The data we got from the Jumia website and from the VJ's sales website. Now, I want to do a little tinkering. Okay, I want to come back to my table. I'll come over to my table view, and then so just a moment. So wait for these to load up. Why is this taking? All right, fine, great. So I want to convert the prices back to the using back to the currency. Okay, so I'm going to come over to discount price. First of all, I'll click on this, select discount price, and then I'll come over to the dollar sign, click on the drop down. So this is for Jumia, so this is going to be in there. So I'll click on that. So I'll select that again, and then I'll just search for the Naira. So I think I can find the Naira. Just scroll down a bit. Then here we have the Naira. Okay, so I can select that. And then the discount price is in Naira. So I took it off in Power Query and I'm bringing it back in Power BI Desktop, because in Power Query, I could not perform, my calculations there. I needed to convert it to numbers. Okay, and with the Naira symbol, that would not have happened, just like I showed you when we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for full price. Anything that is saying, oh, I'm money. So I'll just select the drop down, and then it's over here. Just select that. Okay, and then for the discounts, I'm going to place the discount in percentage. So we're able to tell 20%, 50%, how many percent discount. Okay, so that is it. All right, so now we've been able to get this done. I'm now going to come back to my VJ sales. So if you are unable to follow, so maybe I lost you at some point or something, like I said, okay, the recording will be sent to you. The materials, everything will be sent to you. Just ensure you fill in the attendance form and that you stay till the end of the session. Okay, so I'm going to come over to VJ sales now, and then I would scroll to the right. I'm going to change my discount price to, the rupee. So I'll click on that, and then I'll select the drop down. I'll just scroll down a bit. I should find that somewhere here. Okay, so here it is. I'll click on that. And yeah, I have it. So for the full price, I'll click on the drop down. Okay, so in case if you didn't know okay, all right, so I think I've mentioned that before. Okay, so for the discounts, I'm also going to place this in make this percentage. So we have this, and this. Okay, so our data is ripe for the picking. Now we've been able to extract the data. Let's go ahead and build our report. To build my report, the first thing I'm going to do, I want to change the background of my report. Okay, so I'll come back to the report view over here by clicking on this button. Okay, and then I want to change the background of my report. So I'm going to use, for me to do that, I'm going to come over to my visualizations. Okay, so I'll come over to my visualizations, click on format your report page, and then you see we have canvas settings, canvas background. I'll select canvas background, and over here I have my color. I have different colors I can choose from, a wide range of palettes. But I don't like going with standard colors. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select more colors where I have choices. I can decide if I want it to be very dark or very light red. I heard about the fact that we have so many colors now. Okay, that we have so many colors that we don't just have what I know is the colors of the rainbow, your blue, red, and all of that. But apparently we now have like I think, is it Bogwas? We have we have so many colors. Okay, we have so many colors now. What colors do you know? Aside the normal colors, your primary, your secondary colors. What other colors do you know? I think there's a lilac. Is it lilac now? Okay, is it what other colors do you know? So guys, I want to see your colors. So TLC says burgundy. Okay, so burgundy. Miracle says magnet black. What in the world is magnet black? It's either black or it's not black. What do you mean by magnet black? So devilish red. Holy moly. Okay. Oyekule says maroon. So Bright says cockroach. Okay, so Bright is cockroach red. Ruth says we have burnt orange, lilac, burgundy, emerald green. Oh, David says pepper red, egg pink, egg. Are you kidding me? We have egg pink. Is pink is what? Is there any pink? Is there any egg that looks pinkish? Okay, so we have baby pink. Apparently, if you're a fashion designer, you probably know, lots and lots of these colors. Okay, but I just know, our standard colors. So, Oyekule says, is that Omo blue? Omo blue. Anyway, guys, so we have so many colors apparently. So, if you want to go with your emerald green, so you can come over here and select whatever colors you want. Okay, but I have a color code I would like to use. I think I'll call this darkish dark gray blue. Maybe I'll call this darkish gray blue, like a dark gray blue, because it seems it's the combination of the three colors. Okay, yes, I think I'll call this the dark gray blue. So I'm going to select, so this is the color code. If you want to use this later on, you can work with that. And then I'll just reduce the transparency down to 0%. And I have something like this. So this is not gray. This is not black. This is not ash. This is not brownish gray. This is dark gray blue. Okay, this is navy blue. Ruth, are you sure this is navy blue? This does not look like navy blue to me. Okay. This does not look like navy blue. Or maybe I don't even know what navy blue is. Because things like this confuse people a lot. I am one of those people, those persons now. Okay, so this confuses me a lot. Okay, but this is what we are going with. Okay. Anyways, so I have my report. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to insert charts. Remember, we want to tell the price. So I'm going to want to see the price, the minimum price, the maximum price, and also take a look at some discounts to price trends. All right. So I'm going to begin with my line charts. Okay, so I will insert my line chart. So I'll just bring that to this point. Okay. And then for my line charts, I'm going to begin with VJ sales. Okay. I'll begin with VJ sales, or we can begin with Jumia. So let's begin with Jumia. So the first thing I have, I'm going to let's see the difference between full price and discounted price. Okay, based on the laptops. So I'll place the laptop name on the x-axis, and then the full price. I think I can go with full price on the y-axis, and then for the discount price, I'm going to place that on the secondary y-axis. Okay, so I have the price, so we can see what it looks like. So we can see there are items that are actually, like, I think this is the item. This is the discount price. So we have an item. So what this trend is showing us? It's showing us the difference between the current price of the item and the discounted price. That is what we are seeing at the moment. Okay, so with this, I can see that this particular Lenovo ThinkPad, the full price is 1.7 million, and then the discounted price is 1.6 million. Not the difference is not so much, but you see, there's this huge gap between these. I think this is the one we saw with 82% discount, whereby the price is 1.6 million and the discount price is going to 295,000. And then over here, we still have the price is 990,000, and then discounted price is 505,000. Okay, so with this, we can see the price range. As it goes down, we can see that over here, there's really not much difference. So, oh, this is a tablet. So apparently it seems some tablets were added to the price, to the laptop category. Okay, so over here you can see we have some tablets and then we have laptops. I think we just have one tablet in there. Okay, so yeah. So this is for Jumia. I'm going to go ahead and to style this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead to start this. Remember, what we are doing here is to get insights as to what our pricing should look like in the startup company. So I'm going to come over to the effects. I also want to change the color of this chart. Give it maybe make it that less gray, more blue. Okay, and maybe this time I'll call it light gray blue. My own color. Okay, so I'll call this light gray blue. That's the name I'm going to give to this particular visual. So I'll click on the visual. I'll come over to visualizations, select format your reports, and then I'll click on general. Over here, I have the effects. I'll click on the drop down, select more colors, and I'll paste my color code. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's much difference. Okay, but there actually is. Okay, it doesn't seem like the difference is much, but there actually is. Or maybe we can use something else. Maybe we can use something else for the background. Okay, I think we can use something else for the background. That's the reports background. So we have a perfect contrast. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to go with the colors again. Maybe I should try a different color code. Okay, maybe make this lighter beats. Okay. All right, so I think we just stick with this. We can start later. So I'll come back here and I want to take off some things from this chart because I believe in the principle that says less is more. The lesser the information on your visual, the more likely your visual will be able to, communicate whatever it's trying to pass across. So I'll come over to my visual. I'm going to turn off the grid lines. Okay, so I'll turn off the grid lines. And then for the x-axis, I'm going to give the x-axis, I'll make the x-axis a bit of white. Okay, a bit of white. Okay, so I'll make this a bit, sorry, just select that. Come back to the x-axis, scroll down to where I have the values, and then the color, I'll select more color, and then maybe not really white, but grayish. Okay, so I'll go with this. You can make it white, okay? So it just depends on your design and all of that. So I would also maybe increase the font size. Okay, so maybe we can increase the font size a bit. Okay, as soon as I'm done, this will definitely be a lot bigger so we can see what's actually written in there. For the y-axis, I would also change the colors. That's the value colors. I think this is a recent color, fantastic. And then for the secondary y-axis, I will do the same. Okay. Next, I'm going to change the colors of the chart, of the lines. Okay, so it blends with the rest of my report. I'll come over to lines, click on the drop down, and then yeah, I have color. I'll make this, I can make this let's say orange. And then for the order, I'll go to some of discount price. For the order, I'll make these maybe I think this gray looks good. Okay, that's whitish gray. Okay, and next I want to make these. I want to change the style. Make this smooth. Okay, so I'll come over to. I'll just make this all once more, and then the interpolation type. I'll make this smooth. So we have a smooth feel. And I would also want to change the color of the title so we can see what's written in there. I think I'll just go with something like this, okay? And then for the legend, we make the legend also a whole lot more easier to see. So I'll come over to text. I think I make this lighter. Okay. And one more thing, I'm going to give these borders. So come over to effects again, or turn on the border and increase these to let the rounded corners, so let's say 9 pixels. And we have this. Okay, we have this. This is just the start. This is just the start. Now, I'm going to copy this so I don't have to design and design and design over and over again. So I'll just copy and paste. I'll bring this to the edge. I think I'll collapse the filter. So I can filter this if I want to, reduce the number of values, but I don't think we need to do that. So I'll just reduce. Okay, now for this, I'll take off all of these values. This is not what I need. So this is going to be for that of VJ. So we're going to compare VJ and Jumia. So I'll click on that. We have the full name. The laptop name will come to the, sorry, not, but yeah, X-axis, full price, Y-axis, and then discount price, secondary Y-axis. Okay, discounted price, secondary Y-axis. And then over here, I can come over to change. I can also decide, maybe if instead of saying the discounted price, I can decide, okay, so why don't we compare with discounts? So we get to see those that have lesser discounts and those that have high discount price, high percentage in terms of discount. So low price, high amounts of discount rates, like a high discount rate. So maybe someone is going for 20,000 rupees and we have something like 80% discount. That's something we can also take a look at as well. Okay, but we are just going to stick with discounts for now. So I'll go ahead and drag the discount price instead. And of course, I will change the colors of the lines. So I would come over to color. This first of all, I have my orange. And then for the order, make that white. Okay, I went with this. All right, so with this, we can see that the disparity is not that large. Okay, we can see that it's just, we don't really have so much change in terms of the discounts being offered and the price and the full price. Like I mentioned, if we want to do something else, we could decide to take a look at the discount rate instead. So bring in the discount rates for Jumia, and so I'll bring in the discount rate for Jumia, make this average. Okay, so it seems the discount is okay, so just a moment. So we have the full price, and then is the discount in percentage. So I would need to take a look at that because we have a straight line. Okay, so we have a straight line. So this, I think there's something. Let me take a look at the Jumia just to ensure that the discounts looks good. Okay, that looks good. All right, so I guess it's what it is. So it seems for Jumia, they offer like 18%, 15%. The discount is linear across different products. Okay, so that is what it's actually showing us. All right, so that's what we can see at the moment. So just I think we should also be able to see that. Oh, this is VJ. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, so that's the reason why I had that. So I was actually taking a look at the data for the VJ, sorry. So if I bring it, all right, so this is more like it. Okay, so we can see how the discount varies relating to the price. But anyways, let's not waste time. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that in case if you're wondering, different things we can take a look at. So I'll bring back the discount price, and of course, I'll just convert that to take that back to white. Okay, quickly, just come over here and take this back to this. All right, so this is what we had. Next, I want to see the minimum and the maximum price. I want to see the minimum and the maximum price. I'm going to insert a visual called the multi-row card. Okay, I would insert a visual called the multi-row card. Bring that over here. And I'm going to, on the fields, I want to see the maximum and minimum price. So I'll drag price to, that's the full price for Jumia. I'll bring that over here. I'll change this to minimum. And I'll also bring in another price. Change this to maximum. So we can see the minimum, and then the maximum. That is, this is the total, this is the highest, the price for, this is like the maximum price. If you go on Jumia now to purchase a laptop, this is the most expensive laptop that you can find at the moment. So maybe the data might be updated later on and all of that. So this is the highest, this is the most expensive laptop you can get at the moment. And then for this is probably for that tablet we saw. I wonder why it's, we have a tablet that is going for 1,138 naira. Okay, so maybe you want to hop on that. Okay, so anyways, yeah. Next, I want to take a look at the I want to add in VJ, that's the VJ sales. So I'm going to come over to VJ, and then we have discounts. So I also want to see the maximum and minimum price. Okay, so no, this is not what I want. I'll come back here. Okay, so I drag price, and then this will be the minimum. I also bring in price, and then this would be the maximum. Okay, so for VJ, we can see the minimum price, we have 60,000 rupees, and then the maximum, we have 161,000 rupees. That's for the laptops. Okay, so Ruth says Black Friday. So maybe that's what's going on today. Okay, who knows? Because this laptop that is currently on 82% discount, I'm still wondering, like, is this an error? Okay, from 1.6 million to 280,000. Wait, that is like you're giving it away for free or something. Okay, so anyway, so you can see the use of web scraping. Okay, you might not have been able to detect that, but here we are. All right, so I want to style this, make this so it's easier to note the words and all of that. So I'll increase the font size to, let's say, 20. I guess 20 won't hurt. And then I would also change the background. Okay, so I'll change the background. Not that, that's not what I want. Okay, to the background of the chart as well. And then I will make the colored values whiter. Okay, so I can at least read the numbers. And then for this, I think we can go with this, make that a little more visible. Okay, you just bring this to. So I love things being so straight. Okay, maybe you might have noticed, but yeah. So we're going to go with this, and then I would also change the borders. Turn on the border, and then I'll make this 9 pixels as well. So I have this. Okay, so I think I can also go ahead to increase the colored values a bit more. So it seems we have ample space. So I guess it would not hurt. We can go with this, and yeah. So next, I want to see the maximum discount and the minimum discount. Okay, the maximum discount and the minimum discount that these two companies offer. So I would click on this, Control C, Control V. I'll just paste that. So bring this to the bottom. So I'll take all of this. We begin with Jumia. So for Jumia, the discount price. So I'll bring, or rather the discount, I'll bring a discount over here. This would be minimum. And then I'll bring the other discount over here, and this will be maximum. 92% discount, really? Or what I think what we actually saw was, I think it's 92% and not 82% discount. That's for that laptop that's currently going away. Okay, so I think it's 92%. Okay, so we have, so the minimum is 2% and then the maximum is 92%. Next, I'm going to go ahead to, so I'll copy this, paste. Next will be for VJ sales. Okay, so next for VJ sales, I'm going to go ahead and so I'll take this off. I'll come over to VJ sales, and then the discount. We have discount price, discount. So I'll bring it discounts, bring it over here, make this minimum, and then the order. For the order, I'll make this maximum. So for VJ sales, their least discount is 77%, and then the most is 36%. Okay, so next thing we need one more thing to complete our report, which is a title. So I'm going to insert a title. I'll just bring in a text box. I'll call this marketing. I'll call this marketing data or marketing reports. Okay, call this marketing reports. I'll bring this over here. So I'll just move this to the middle and then center. So next, I think I should make this bold. I'll take off the background, just turn that off, and then I'll make this white so we can see what's written. Okay, and here is our report, everyone. So we've been able to scrape data from the web. This data was not available to us. Data sets of Jumia and VJ sales. Like I said, I can add in eBay if I wanted to, okay? And we've been able to do that. We've been able to take a look at the data to understand the sales structure. So we know where to begin in our sales, in our laptop sales, because this is a startup company trying to get into the laptop market. Now we have a starting point with this data. Is this not amazing, people? No coding involved. No coding. We did not use one string of code, like one. Or I don't know if maybe I wrote code and I did not know when I did that. Okay, is this amazing, guys? Is this something that we actually that's like I said, that's exciting, something would like to continue doing, something we want to know more about. So Power Sales, since we are web scraping, is this dashboard visual dynamic? Fantastic. We are going to go into that. Okay, but like I said, people, is this exciting? Did you envision this? Is this something you thought that could be done with Power BI? So I need our responses. At the start of the session, we are going to be communicating. Okay, that I'm not going to be the only one speaking. So what do we think? So Rhoda is on point. Rhoda says yes. Okay, this is data coming from a website, straight up. There was no data set that was available. There was not, this is why data analysts are very, very crucial. Now, we've been able to get data from the web. We've been able to build the reports. Next, we are going to deploy. Why are we deploying? Because this data, when you build a report, you're not building a report for yourself. You're building a report for the company. You need the manager to see it. You need someone to see it. You need the marketing department to see it. Like, you're not building the report because you like building the report. There's someone you need to see. There's you need to take this over to the stakeholders. So we need to deploy this, and we're going to be deploying this report to Power BI service. Power BI service is the online version of Power BI. It's the web version of Power BI, and it's a paid tool. It's a paid tool. For you to use Power BI service, you need to pay. Although they do offer 30 days free trial, okay? But you need to pay. Power BI desktop is free, but Power BI service is not free, okay? So we are going to go ahead to launch this to Power BI, to deploy this to Power BI service, and then we're not going to automate this based on what Pavel asked. Is this going to be, because it's a website, more information can be added frequently. So is this going to be updating itself? Yes, it can. And that's where the automate thing would come into play. So we're going to automate this website so that automate this report, so that whenever Jumia makes a change or VJ Sales makes a change, the report will automatically be adjusted. So maybe someone goes ahead to purchase that laptop that's currently at a 92% discount, and then it's no longer available, and then Jumia makes an update. It will be reflecting on the report. Amazing. Okay, I don't know if you are feeling the joy I'm feeling, but like how amazing this is. I don't think you're getting this. Okay. For you to do something like this, maybe with Python or something, you're going to need to code a lot. I'm a developer. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm a predictive AI engineer. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's go ahead and deploy this into Power BI service. How do I do that? I'll come over to where I have this publish. Okay. So first of all, I need to save. Okay. So I'm going to save. So I use Control S to save. Okay. So just a moment. Control S. That should bring up my save. Okay. So I'm going to call this marketing reports. Okay, so you can save this locally. So I'll just click on save for that to. So working on it, fantastic, saved. Next, I'm going to come over to, so I'm already signed in. So for you to do this, you need to be signed in. Okay, so I'm signed in and then I'll come over to my publish. Okay, so I'll come over to publish and then I'll click on publish. Okay, and I'll select, so this is my workspace. I have different workspaces available on my Power BI service account. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select masterclass. So we place it in the masterclass workspace. A workspace is a place where different people can have a workspace is a place where different persons can have access. Maybe in the department, you can have a finance workspace, HR workspace. So everyone in that workspace would have access to the data. Everyone in that workspace would have access to that information. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on masterclass. Now click on select. So Power BI will do its magic. So publishing marketing reports, just wait, and then successful. So I'm going to open this up. I'll click on open, and then we'll wait. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so all right. So once you do that, once you click on that, it's going to open up on Power BI service. And this is Power BI service. Okay. So as soon as I clicked on publish, it brought me over to Power BI service. And this is my account. So it's linked with my Power BI desktop. So my Power BI desktop is automatically linked to my Power BI service. And this is the web. So over here, you can see this is the report we just built. I can come over to my workspace. So you can see my different workspaces. And then we've been able to deploy. So with this, I can go ahead to share. Okay, so if I want to share, I can go ahead to share the workspace, to share the report. I can click on this to share. Okay, so I can add in the email addresses of people within the company that I would want to have access to this. I can also link to Teams and all of that. Okay, I can also, but if they have access to the workspace in general, then you don't really need to share individually. Okay, so this is my workspace. So this is my masterclass workspace. So I have different things in here. This is the marketing report we just published. This is the marketing report we just published. And then this is the data set. These are the data sets. Remember, we don't have a data set. So this data set is coming from the web. Okay, this is the data set, and then this is the report. So if I click on this now, it would open up that report, which is this, which I can interact with and all of that. So I'm going to, now we've been able to deploy. So this is what deploying is all about. The report we built locally is now on the web for everyone that needs to have access to see. The CEO of the organization, the CFO, because you cannot build something in your PC and expect them to come to your PC it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that is what deployed is all about. We've been able to build the report, we've deployed. Next, I want to go ahead to automate. And what is the automation? The automation is me now making the report to be refreshing itself based on a time that I would determine. Okay, so it will be able to refresh itself. Going back to the laptop, going back to the report maybe every 30 minutes, or not every 30 minutes, let's say every day. Going back to the website, seeing, oh, is there any change? And if there's a change, it will come over to the report and they make that change. So the report is what we call a live report. The report is live. So to do that, I'll come over to the report data set. And then over here, you see, I have what's called schedule refresh. Okay. So I'll click on schedule refresh. It'll bring me over to this point, to my semantic models. And then I'll open up my gateway and cloud connections. Now, for you to work with this, you are going to need a personal gateway. There are different kinds of gateway. You have the on-premise and then you have the cloud. I'm currently using an on-premise gateway. The gateway would need to be installed on your PC. Okay, so that's something you need to do. So after installing the gateway, all right, you can see though it's already connected to the links. Okay, it's connected to the website links. And then over here, I'll come over to the data source credentials, and then everything looks good. Okay, so if I had maybe an error at this point, all I need to do is that I'll click on edit credentials, and then I'll go ahead to click on sign in, and that should fix all of that up. So I'll come over to refresh, and then on refresh, you see I have configured a refresh schedule. I'm going to turn this on. And then I can determine if I want to refresh weekly, if I want to refresh daily, whatever I desire. I'm going to make this, let's say, weekly. I'm going to refresh weekly. So you can make it daily if you want. So I'm going to select weekly. So if I select weekly, I can select the day of the week I want it to, you know, I actually want this refresh to occur. I can select the time. So let's say I want this to occur every Sunday. All right. So let's say every Sunday, I can select Sunday. I can select the time. Okay, the time I want. So as soon as it's 1 a.m. on Sunday, refresh. Okay, and I also have the time zone over here. Okay, and then I can also, if there's an error when it's trying to refresh, maybe that it was trying to refresh and, you know, connect to the website, there was an error. I can decide if I want the error to come to me. That's what it means, semantic model owner. So I'm going to get an email telling me that, oh, I tried refreshing the data sets, but refreshing the reports, you know, using the website, but there's an error I can encountered. Please try to fix blah 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 and all of that. Then if I want other contacts within the organization to also receive that failure notification, I can also add in their emails over here. Okay, next, all I need to do, I click on apply, and then by clicking on apply, the refresh schedule has been updated. So I've been able to automate my report. Okay, so this report is now automated. So you can see that the schedule for the next refresh. The next refresh is going to be on the 14th, which is on Sunday. Once it's 1 a.m. on the 14th, this report will be refreshed, and whatever change was made on the website will be reflected on these reports. Okay, it will be reflected on these reports. That's the report we worked on, of course. This. Was that fantastic or what? Was that exciting or what? Like, okay, well, we've learned a lot. Are we excited? Is that something that, you know, like, it's making me so doing things like this? I know I'm a very experienced professional, but when we see things like this, because to do this previously, you'd have done a lot, but now just like that, you're done. We've been able to build, not just build. No, let's take a step back. We've been able to web scrape, not just web scrape. We've been able to build the report, not just build the report. We deployed the report for other people to have access to. And then we automated the report without coding. Amazing. Now, because of all of these things, this is some of the reasons why data analysts are now very, very much in high demand. Data analysts are now very much in high demand because things like this. Let's say an organization, you want to start up a company. You want to understand, oh, what is the price? What is the market price like? You don't have data because you're just starting. Where are you going to get the data from? What will you do? You call a data analyst to get this done for you. This is a fantastic report, and you can start from here in determining how your price structure is going to be. Who is a data analyst? A data analyst is someone that works on two major things. What we call what happened and why it happened. What does it mean? What is the meaning of what happened? That is what we have just done. What we've done is called descriptive analytics. That is what we've just taken a look at. What happened? What is the current market structure? What is the current market price? That is what we've been doing so far. A data analyst can also sorry about that, guys. Okay, a data analyst can also carry out diagnostic analytics. Why did this happen? Okay, so we know that that particular laptop is being sold for 82 is being sold for, like, there's 92% discount for that laptop that we saw. Instead of being sold for over $1 million, it's now just about 250,000-60,000 thereabout. Why is that? Is it that laptop is a new brand and they're trying to make it, or is it maybe that laptop is old and they're trying to just someone should purchase this, it's been on the warehouse for too long? Is that the reason? Why did it happen? A data analysis is pivotal for you as an organization, for you as a person, for that startup company, for that huge organization. A data analysis is necessary for them to be able to tell what is happening and why is it happening. Working with data. And as we've seen, the data can be gotten from anywhere. The data can be gotten from multiple places. This is one of the reasons a career in data analytics, it's only going to increase. When I say increase, I mean in terms of opportunities, it's only going to increase with time. There are so many opportunities for you to be a data analyst right now. When I say be a data analyst, I don't mean you having the skills of a data analyst, but you actually working as a data analyst. There's so many opportunities for you to carry that out, for you to do that right now. Work as a data analyst, and it's only going to grow with time. We've just taken a glimpse of what a data analyst can do. Everything I've just said so far, that is what the World Economic Forum also said as well. In terms of the number of jobs that are going to increase with time, the World Economic Forum released the report at the start of the year. They did their research. They took a look at things. They decided, there are some jobs that are only going to fade out. Things like your clerks. No one many organizations, many banks, no one needs a clerk anymore. So there are job roles that are going to die out. It's harsh, but it's the reality. There are job roles that are going to die out based on new technology. We have AI everywhere now. AI here, AI there, all of those things. And then there are job roles that are only going to increase in terms of opportunities with time. Data analytics is one of those roles. You being a data analyst is one of those roles. As you can see, you have data analyst and scientist. I'm not the one saying this now. The World Economic Forum they're the ones talking about this. You getting a job as a data analyst is possible because it has been done before by numerous individuals. And of course, it will be done again. Okay? They said there's nothing new under the sun. And I can attest to the fact that you getting a job as a data analyst with minimal to no experience is possible. Why? We've made it happen time and time again. And so when it happens again, it's no longer new under the sun. Listen to the numerous people that have been able to get jobs as data analysts. Now, these are people that were able to transition from the classroom into their first job in tech. We've been able to help over 2,000 individuals transition from the classroom into their first job in tech. What does that mean? It means that you did not have any tech experience. You were just learning tech. Like, that's what it means to come from the classroom. And then you got a job. If we are to add those that actually had, a tad bit knowledge about what they were doing before they actually joined the program, it's definitely a lot more than 2,000 individuals. All right. So once you get the slides, listen to those people, listen to Tony, listen to Benga, listen to Tosin, listen to Oluwadamilare, how they were able to make the switch and how you can also make that switch. We have lots and lots of testimonials, from Muideen. We have for Muideen was able to get a job in the UK. Okay, Muideen currently lives in Nigeria, and he works in for the UK, works for a company in the UK that's BBX. Okay, so he's earning in pounds and spending naira. That's Muideen. People think it's impossible for you to get a remote job working in another country when you are in another country. It's not. Listen to Muideen. You don't need to listen to me. Okay? Lots and lots of testimonials. So once you get the slides, listen to these testimonials. And also, we've had sessions where we've had people coming, Technologies alumni coming to the session and talk about how they were able to get a job while training with us, of course. These are the links. Listen and know that you too can make that switch. It's not so direct in terms of you getting a job. Now, don't quote me wrongly. I'll rephrase and I will tell you what I mean. You know about that person that has the skills or told you that, oh, I'm going to learn data analytics. That was 2 years ago. You spoke to the person last week. They still don't have a job in tech. So you might be wondering, why are you making it seem so possible, Aisha? Why are you making it seem so easy? Why are you making it seem like, oh, I just learned the skills, I get a job? Why? Well, based on what I'm seeing at the moment, based on my friends, based on my neighbors, based on my acquaintances, those persons that claim that they actually have the skills that they learned how to be a data analyst 2 years ago, they still don't have a job in tech at the moment. Why will I be any different? Why? It's easy, it's simple, and it's straight to the point. It's because we at Tenalytics, we've been able to identify what you need to get the job. It's not just about having the skills. Anyone can have the skill, but not everyone will get the job. That's because they are lacking the other 50%. For you to be able to work as a data analyst, for you to get the role as a data analyst, of course, you need the technical skills. That is a no-brainer. You need to be able to do the job. You need to be able to work with Excel. You need to be able to work with Power BI. You need to be able to work with SQL, with Tableau, Microsoft Fabric, all of that. You need to be able to do those things for you to do the job done. That's like, we don't even need to state that. But there's something else you need. You need the other 50%. What is the other 50%? I'm talking about the employability skills. At Tenalytics, we've been able to note that 50 plus 50 is what would get you the job. 50 is not enough to get you the job. You need the other 50%. T plus E equals job offer. Your technical skills plus your employability skills will get you the job. What we call the three-layered approach. Level 1, we have the CV review session. For you to be able to communicate that you can do, that you have the capacity and the capability to actually get the job done, to actually get the work done. You need to place all of that in a simple crafted paper called the CV. Many persons have the skills, even many persons have the experience. They still don't have a job. They've applied for, maybe say 200 roles would be, like underestimated. Let's buff that number up to, let's say 500 roles. They've not even gotten one call back. What does one call back mean? I'm not even saying get the job, like an interview at least. That's because their CV is not well optimized. They are unable to create a CV that passes the ATS system, what we call the applicant tracking system. Because many organizations use ATS now, like that's what they do. Okay, and you go ahead to apply for a job. You send a CV. At the end of the day, that CV does not even pass the system. You are thinking, oh, I'm going to get, I'm going to be called, I've applied for the job. So give or take, let's say the next 5 days. So I'll give the recruiter 4 days to, dilly-dally, and then 2 days later, they will take a look at my CV, and then maybe the next day they will send me a, interview. I should come for an interview. But let's say 2 days, let's say, or 3 days before they call for an interview, in case maybe they were busy. Of course, the recruiters, they still have, their lives to live, and they want to do things. So they have their spouses, they have their children. So before they have time for my CV, so they will need to spend time with the kids, and then the children, maybe the wife, the husband. Okay, let's say if it's too bad, I'll get a job interview maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay, let's say 2 weeks. That's what you might be thinking. And the reality is that the recruiter did not even see your CV. Like, it's one thing for a recruiter to see your CV and say, no, I don't want you. It's another thing, like the CV was not, they don't even know if you exist. It's harsh, but it's the truth. And why? Because as soon as you sent in the CV, the ATS system was like, no, you're not coming in here. And, so I was like, oh, just move to the left, okay? Because the ATS system is meant to, so these are CVs, these are the CVs I think will be perfect for the role, and maybe 10, 20, depending on the number. And then that is what will be sent to the recruiter, which the recruiter will now select from. The CV review session is not just meant for you to know how to craft a good CV, because you've crafted a fantastic CV. Your CV is top notch. It's nice. It's fantastic. It's great. But okay, the recruiter has seen your CV, but the recruiter is still not interested. That's like back to square one. Okay, so the CV review session, it's not just, oh, get a CV, your CV should go through the ATS. Oh yeah, it has gone through the ATS. Fantastic. Thumbs up. But the recruiter should also take a look at that CV and say, you are the one for the job. You are the one for the role. Have you ever thought about this? Why is my CV not being accepted? The recruiter has not seen you. It's literally paper. Like, you can make the paper, you have the ability to craft the paper. It's not like you're speaking and the recruiter did not like what they heard, or they've seen you and they don't like your face. No, it's just paper, and yet you are not called. There's a tactic. There's a way CVs should be crafted. There's something that works, and we know that. Next, we have the LinkedIn session. The LinkedIn optimization session is meant to ensure you have a fantastic LinkedIn profile. Recruiters go on LinkedIn. I, for one, have been operating to recruit, for many roles that I can count. For teams that I've worked with, so if I need someone in my team, of course, I go on LinkedIn. Well, that's what I do most times. I don't really, unlike maybe a huge company is trying to recruit and then they have a job ad posted out there and all of that. If I'm working on a project and I need someone to work with me, what I do is I go on LinkedIn and I search. Oh, so I need this role. Search. Different profiles pop up. I take a look at the profiles. The ones I think are suitable for for the job I have at hand, I think you can get this job done based on your profile, based on the things I have on your profile. I think you can get the job done. I then reach out, asking to send in a CV to me. So this is you being told to send in a CV. You did not even know a job was available, but you're being told to send in a CV. It doesn't get better than that. The only way that will be possible is if you have a great LinkedIn profile. I'm not going to go through a LinkedIn profile and, the LinkedIn is looking one way and then I'll go ahead to reach out. I won't do that. The LinkedIn optimization session would ensure that your profile is top notch, ensure you have what we call emails, whereby you're notified about jobs that are the perfect fit for you. But what about if you're interested in freelancing? You've had that dream of working 2 months in a year. You work January, you work February, March down to December, you're on vacation. You want to work 3 to 6, and then the rest of the day, you're on break. You want to freelance. Upwork is for you. The Upwork optimization session is meant to ensure that you know how to have ensure that you have a good Upwork profile, but not just having a good Upwork profile. Guys, if you're familiar with Upwork, you know that there's this string attached. Number one, we have the connect. Upwork utilizes a currency system called Connect. Okay, it's like money. You need to spend money to apply for jobs on Upwork. Number one. Number two, the proposal system. You need to write a good proposal. Upwork does not use CVs, so it's not like you're going to send your CV on Upwork. No, you need to write a proposal. How do you write a proposal that is viewed? But let's not even get to viewed now. How do you write a proposal that is, the client sees the proposal like, oh, I think you'll be able to get this tax done for me, and then go ahead to employee. How do you write that kind of proposal? How do you even write a proposal? What do you even do to ensure that your proposal is viewed? I don't know if there's anyone on the platform that uses Upwork, but if there's anyone on the platform that uses Upwork, you know that one of the challenges in Upwork is not even you writing a good proposal. It's your proposal should be viewed at least. Because if your proposal is not viewed, even if it's good, there's no point. Should you boost proposals or not? Upwork. We have navigating the job market. So what is navigating the job market? You are not really sure. Maybe you're new to a location, you're new to maybe you just migrated, something happened, something else happened, and you're not familiar with the terrain. You don't know if to apply for jobs 1 a.m. or 2 p.m. Is it best to apply for jobs in the morning, or is it best to apply for jobs in the evening? Okay, should I apply for jobs before I eat, or should I apply for jobs after I eat? And when I say eat, is it breakfast? Should I take breakfast before I apply for jobs, or should I take lunch before I apply for jobs? Le petit déjeuner, le déjeuner, and le dîner, if you speak French. Okay, so that is what you might be thinking. Of course, that is all just a joke. So you're not going to be taught about you should eat in the morning or evening. Okay, but what is the navigating the job market? For you to understand what to do in your climb, the job boards you should apply, you should be looking out for, the way you should position yourself in the job market to ensure that you do get the job. You're going to speak with professionals that will take you through what they did right, that worked, and what they did wrong, that did not work. So you do what was right, or rather, you do what is right. And of course, you don't do what is wrong. I don't think anyone wants to do what is wrong. Okay? That is what the navigating the job market is for. 1, 2, 3, and 4 would get your feet in the door. On, do, tra, card. Okay? Would do what? Would get your feet in the door. Each and every one of those things is meant to ensure that you are giving audience. You've been called for an interview. You need to ace that interview. And that's why we have the job and interview prep. Once you get an interview, you can go ahead to apply for an interview prep session with the professional that will take you through what the questions you are expecting, how you should answer those questions, how you should talk about your experience. If you are told, oh, what was your previous salary like, salary negotiation, how you should answer those things to ensure that you do get that job. You've gone through the interview stage. The recruiter is impressed. You're just a tad bit away from starting your role. The recruiter wants to know, are you who you say you are? Okay? Are you who you say you are? During the job interview, you mentioned that you built a plane in 5 days and that no one else was in your team. You were a one-man army and you built a plane in 5 days. Just you. The recruiter's like, oh, wow, you did that. Oh, fantastic. And they want you to work with them because, of course, who doesn't want someone that can build a plane in 5 days? I want one. If I see that person, you're starting work with me like yesterday. Okay? But they want to know the things you said you do or the things you said you did. Did you really do them? They want someone to back you up, to give like a reassurance that, oh, I've worked with this person and this person is amazing. They want recommendation or reference letters. As long as you are a participant with Analytics or you are an alumni with Analytics, you are sure of getting a fantastic reference letter from us. We have the level 2. First, we have the weekly mentorship sessions. You being mentored weekly on new trends in the industry, the new things that work, what you should do. Oh, I've applied for 50 roles, I did not get the job. Someone to tell you it's all right. That even the best of us still get rejections. Someone to pat you at the back and tell you, got this. You can do this. Being mentored weekly. And also on the job support. You've gotten the job. You were given a task. There's something that's really not clear. You need help. You can reach out to us and we'll tell you what to do. Oh, so you're told to do this. Okay, why don't you click on this, click on this, click on that? And then you go back to work and you blow their heads off. And I always say, please, okay? When I say blow their heads off, it is a figure, it is a, so I'm talking about that in a figurative aspects, okay? So that is figuratively, not literally. So please don't go blowing anyone's head off, okay? So it's a figure of speech, okay? All right, okay. So yeah, that is the level 2. And one other thing that we are commenting you, one promise from us to you is that we are promising you a job interview 1 month after completing your training with us. All you need to do is to ensure you do everything we tell you to do. You are committed. You apply for jobs when you're told. Leave the rest up to us. That is our guarantee to you. Now, as a data analyst, you would need to, first of all, go through problem solving. Okay, you need to learn how to solve problems because you can't be a data analyst if you can't solve problems. And that's the reason why your very first class will be on what? Problem solving. On what? Problem solving. If you miss a class, of course, you have the recording. So you can always go through the recording if there's anything you miss. Okay, and then over here, you have the drop-in session. The drop-in session, these are weekly sessions where you get to meet with the facilitator. There's a question you have. There's something that's bothering you. There's something that's not really clear. You have these sessions. You get to ask the facilitator any question. These happen weekly. And of course, you can see the mentorship sessions. So you're mentored every week. And then you have your first Excel live class. These are the materials. So over here, you can take a look at the material. Every class, you are working on real business case studies. You are working on problems that have been worked on by industry leaders. So you are coming into the class. You are working on these problems, thereby you are learning and you're gaining experience at the same time. Over here, you see, oh, you've just been hired as a data analyst for a vehicle dealership in North London, UK. You've been tasked with this, you get all of that. Over here, you can, download the data set and you get to join the class, you have a one-on-one with you, have a conversation with your facilitator. The facilitator is working on needs. You are doing the same. You have questions, you ask. Okay. Like I said, gaining experience. Is back now to tell you what they did that you should do based on the program. So if you're in the data analytics, you're going to have a data analyst in your body mentorship session that will take you through what they did that you should actually follow through. All right. So that's what the body mentorship session is all about. And then, of course, you have your Power BI, you have, your Power BI classes where you get to learn about Power BI. We just took a glimpse. There are more things that you can actually do with Power BI. Okay. What we just had today was just a glimpse. And I'm sure you saw that the glimpse was not really a glimpse. Okay. We did something amazing today. So you get to learn more about that. And now you can, be up and running. And if you scroll up, you'd see just a moment. So you see you have, of course, you have your Tableau, different mentorship sessions. So you see you have your just a moment. So your so this is for your this is for your portfolio. Okay. So you are also shown how you can go ahead to build a portfolio, because a portfolio is necessary for you to have a place for all your projects in case for you to have a place for all your projects in case if you a recruiter wants to see things that you've worked on. So you just have a link that you just provide and everything is on the cloud. It's you don't want a situation whereby you're asked, oh, have you worked on projects? And you're like, yes. Oh, you have experience. Oh, show me something you've worked on. And you have nothing to show. And over here, you see where we have the important materials. So you can see your CV template. Okay. You can see you have an interview. You can book an interview prep session. So you've got an interview, you come over here, you click on this, you select any of the links, and then you pick a time. And one other thing that you're going to be onboarded on is the LMS platform. Okay, now the LMS is where you get to see videos, watch these videos that you're going to be watching every week on Sundays. Now, these videos would introduce you to a concept that you would be learning. These videos would introduce you to a concept that you'll be learning about and working on in your next class. So over here, you can see you have the different videos. So you have the week 1, the week 2 videos, you have the different videos, and then you can watch these. So every week, you get videos that would introduce you to a concept that you'll be learning next time. So it's a dual learning approach. It doesn't matter if you're a fast learner, if you're a slow learner, the program is for you. Okay? And just like I talked about earlier, so you can see we also have the mentorship sessions. So I can click on this, the mentorship for data analytics, and get different mentorship sessions. All right. So let's say we have this which says achieve anything with SMART goals. So I can click on that, and then so this would get loaded. Okay, so just a moment. So I think there might be an issue with my bandwidth. Okay, anyways, so as soon as you click on any of these, of course, the video is going to load up just like we had earlier. Okay, so that is what the mentorship session is. So over here, you can see you have records of past mentorship sessions. Every week, you're still going to be mentored. Okay, and then you can also access past mentorship sessions. So everything we do here at Ten Analytics is not about you getting the skills. That is not really our interest. Yeah, that's an interest of ours, but that is not the pivotal thing we try to achieve. What we really want for you, what we determine, what we call our success, what is our success metric, is you getting a job. When you get a job, that is what we define as success. And we are very, very much successful. I'm sure you understand what that means. Okay, so everything that we do is geared towards you getting that job. Now, how can you be a part of the next cohort? Okay, the next cohort begins on the 3rd of August. All right, so we have a cohort that begins every month, and the next cohort is going to begin the 3rd of August. And this is the payment plan. For you to be a part of the program, so you have to make a payment. So if you're paying in dollars, you are going to pay $750. If you're paying in pounds, that'll be 625 pounds. If you're paying in euro, that will be 730 euros. And if you're paying in Canadian dollars, that'll be 1,125 Canadian dollars. That is the full amount. Okay. Now, we are currently running a discount. We are currently running a discount for the first 20 persons to register, only for the first 20 persons. If you are able to key into the discounts, you get to pay $600 instead of $750. you get to pay £500 instead of £625. You get to pay €580 instead of €730. And of course, 900 Canadian dollars instead of 1,125 Canadian dollars. And if you are unable to make the payments in a, like in a single stretch, you can also break this down into 2 installments. You have your first installment and your second installment. For the first installment, you can make a payment of, so let's say you're paying in pounds, for instance. You can pay £250 for your first installment, and then 1 month into the program, that would be the ending of July. The ending of August. 1 month into the program, you get to pay the balance second installment, which will be £150. Okay, so you can split things into 2 brackets, to make it easier in case if you are unable to make the full payment at a single stretch. Now, this payment is only available for the discounted amount. So if you are unable if you don't qualify for the discount, you're off to pay the full amount, of course. Okay, so you want to ensure you make payments as quickly as possible. My colleague has been doing an amazing job sending in the payment details to the chat box. So once you click on the link, that's the PayStart link, it's going to take you over to the enrollment center, the Tenalytics enrollment center. Okay, clicking on that link will bring you over to the Tenalytics enrollment center. Now, on the enrollment center, you can chat with us. So maybe you have an issue paying, you encountered a glitch or 2. You can click on this, and then, of course, someone is on ground to respond to you. You can get access to all our program brochures by clicking on this link. Every program brochure, we currently offer 8 programs. So if you are curious about other programs, you can click on this, and of course, you'll be able to see more. You'll be able to see other you'll be able to see more information on those other programs. And then over here, you have the price list. Okay, you have the price list over here. And then you can scroll down to make a direct transfer. So let's say you want to pay using your bank. You want to make a direct transfer from your bank. So you have the Canadian account details, you have the British account details, the Euro account details. Rhoda, so Emma, please, can you send in the link again? Thank you very much. All right, so Rhoda, the link has just been sent. Okay, so once you click on that link, it will bring you over to this point, and then you can make your pay directly. But what about if maybe you're in Ghana, maybe you're in Nigeria, maybe you're in South Africa, and you're looking to make payments? Okay, or maybe you don't want to use a direct transfer, or you are in other countries and you're looking to make payments. You can use the card stroke online payments. Okay, so let's say I want to pay for data analytics. So let's say I'm in Ghana now. All right, I'm in Ghana and I want to pay in cedis, or I'm in Nigeria and I want to pay in naira. Okay, so I'll come over to where I have the card stroke online payments, and over here you see I have my I select the program I'm looking to pay for. So I can select data analytics. This also applies to even if you are in Canada, for instance, and you don't want to make a direct transfer, you want to pay using your card. Okay, so you can do this as well. So I'll come over to data analytics, and then I'll click on that. Okay, so I'll click on data analytics, for instance. Okay, and then this will be loaded up. Okay, and then the price will be converted to for me. So I'm currently in Nigeria, so I'm in Nigeria at the moment, and that's the reason why this is in naira. So wherever you're located, just use the wherever you're located, just use the link, the online payment, the card stroke online payment, and this will be converted to your currency. Okay, so over here I can decide to make maybe I want to pay a first installment. Okay, so I can decide to pay a first installment of let's say 500,000. So I can come over here, pay 500,000. Okay, and then I'll click on reserve a seat. Again, that will be converted to your currency. So I click on reserve a seat, and then over here I can insert my name, I can insert my email address. I'll just place a bunch of numbers. Okay, and then I'll click on proceed. Okay, by clicking on proceed, just a moment. All right, so I have this, and then I can insert my payment details. So I can insert my card number, and then I go ahead to pay. Okay, so that's what you can do. Now, as soon as you pay, you're going to get a receipt. A receipt will be sent to you via mail, or if you made a direct transfer, of course, you're going to get a receipt from your bank. You come over here and then you click on upload your receipt here to upload your receipt, and then, of course, to register. All right. One other thing, in case if maybe at the moment you don't have the first installment, but you want to ensure you key into the discount. So maybe before the end of the month, you will get the first installment, but you want to ensure you keep to the discount because at that time it might be a bit late. What can you do? You can make a commitment. Now, what do I mean by a commitment? Instead of you paying 400 euros, for instance, you can go ahead to pay 300 euros, 250 euros. Okay, to ensure that you key into your discount, that you secure your discount slot. And then before the start of the program, before the 1st of August, because registration would end 1st of August. Before the 1st of August, you now make the balance of the 400 euros. So if you paid 250 euros, you would then pay 150 euros to balance your first installment before the start of the program. And then, of course, 1 month into the program, you get to pay the second installment, which is 180 euros. All right. So as soon as you get the slides, please ensure you go through the different testimonials. Like I said, we know what works, and we've done that. We've seen it works. A lot of success stories, and that is what we are going to continue because we know it would work again, and that you, of course, will definitely be able to make that transition and get a job in tech, just like I mentioned earlier. Any questions? Okay, so if you have a question for me, please go ahead. You can use the raise hand icon. If you have a question, you can use the raise hand icon, and I'll call on you to ask your question. Okay, so Rhoda is asking, can I have a consultation to talk to someone about my experiences and choose what course? Of course, Rhoda. Okay, so of course you can do that. So just reach out to so you can book for a clarity session. Okay, so you can book for a clarity session on the community, Rhoda. You can just go ahead to speak to the admin to book a clarity session. I'm sure the link would also be sent to the community, whereby you get to meet with a professional, and then you get to ask all your questions. If maybe you are confused, should I go for data analytics? Should I go for these? Any question you have regarding transitioning into tech, Rhoda. Okay, so just reach out to the admin in the community, or you can just wait up. The link could also be sent. All right. All right, Rhoda. Thank you very much. Okay, so of course, like I said, TGIF. Okay, so you joining this session today, your Friday just got a whole lot better. And I really do hope that was the case for everyone on the call, that we did have an amazing time. Okay, so if you have a question, please use the raise hand icon. I'll call on you. I would ask you to unmute so you can ask your question, or you can also use the chat box. All right. So I guess no questions. So it seems Fruits also enjoyed the session as well. Okay, so thank you very much, Fruits. So I guess no questions. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in today. I hope you have had an amazing time. For one, I know I did. I don't think there's a better way for me to spend my Friday. Pavel is asking, how long is the entire program? So the data analytics program is for 4 months. You get to learn for 3 months, 3 months of learning, and then 1 month of internship. Okay, all of our programs you get to intern. All right, so you learn for 3 months, and then you move into the internship for 1 month. Okay, so the program is for 4 months, Pavel. Okay, thank you everyone for joining in. Like I said, I'm sure you had an amazing time. For one, I know I did. Thank you. Please ensure you do stay safe and that you continue practicing. And as always, please go ahead to make payments. Secure your discounts because tick says the clock, guys. Whatever you have to do, ensure you do quick. Cheers.